Prime Secrets.
Hey guys, this is Prime, doing another video. Basically, this video is about how to back up your computer and install a fresh copy of Windows 7. First off, I'd like to thank everyone who subscribed to me. I've reached 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you for the likes and comments as well. Sorry if I haven't got back to your comment as quickly. I'll try my best to do it as quickly as possible. It's just that I also work too, so it's kind of hard to get back to you as soon as possible. So for a couple things that we're gonna need to do this backup and restore, we're gonna have to have a device to back up to. I'm using a flash drive right here, which is like a 64-bit flash drive. You can also use an external hard drive. That's probably the best solution because the externals usually have more storage. Don't use DVDs. That's probably like the worst route you can go. You also need your OEM disc that came with the computer. Like I have a Dell Windows 7 right here. This is particularly only for Dell devices because it activates automatically when you use their OEM disc. I also have a HP one, and then I have a Dell 8.1. I'm going to install Windows 7. You guys can leave comments below if you want me to do 8.1. Windows 7 is just a little bit easier, but I can do both if you want. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to boot up the computer and boot into safe mode. It's just quicker to back up your stuff if we're going to safe mode. Just like in the previous videos, as soon as the computer comes on, you have to keep pressing F8. And then you'll get the list of options. Let me show you. So I'm going to turn on this Dell. I'm going to keep pressing F8. And then I get the list of options right here. Let me see if I can adjust the screen so you can see a little bit better. Okay. And then we want to go to safe mode with networking. And then we'll go here. This is a XP machine, but yours is probably going to say Windows 7, so disregard that. Here. So you always get this little pop-up right there. Let me see if I can fix that so you can see it a little bit better. Just hit yes. All right. Then you get this screen. Alright, so what you want to do is plug in your device in there, your USB slot on the side. Mine is in the back over here. Wait for the driver to install so it finds it. Okay, so once it's installed, then you go to Start, My Computer, and then at the bottom, mine is this Kingston drive. So I got a couple of things on here. Best thing to do, the easiest way I find it to the backup things is make two windows. So first what we're going to do is we're going to right click, New, and go to Folder. Wait for it to come up. You see how it's blue, so it wants you to type something in. So just type in backup. If you want, you can put the date. It doesn't matter. But just put backup for now. Seems like I have another backup one. So let's try backup 2000. All right, so I like that one. So we're gonna keep this one to the side, and then we're gonna open this up again, and then go to My Computer. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Grab the edges. So basically, you'll have two things right here. So what we're gonna do is open up the folder that's on your external or your flash drive, and then let's go over to your C drive, scroll down, users, and then whatever your user is, that's what you're going to click on. Like usually it's your name or something like that, and then you'll start getting your folders. I'm going to go to documents and settings because I'm using the XP machine. If you are using XP, you could do it this route as well, but if you're using Windows 7, you're going to have to click on users at the bottom. Like it's going to be a user folder. You click on users and then you click on your name. But since I'm using XP, I have to go through documents and settings and then I get my users. So I'm going to copy this lady, Kathy, and then you get your folders here. So the most important folders you want to get is your desktop, which is this one, my documents, your picture folder, your music, favorites. I see like a lot of people say favorites, and that's about it. And if you have videos, you can do your video folder as well. So what you do is you have to highlight these folders that you want. So hold down Control, hit the left click on the folder, and then hold the Control button down still, hit left, and then they'll highlight. So you want all three of those to highlight so you can just drag them over at the same time. So that's how we're going to copy it. There's two ways to do it. You can drag it over like that, and then it will paste it, or you can right click, copy it. It's going to copy wherever you have lit, and then you right click and then paste. And that's going to copy those folders over. And if you get any problems, just hit yes to all. That's going to copy those folders over to your external device. So yeah, so remember those folders. Desktop you want to copy, favorites, documents, pictures, music, and if you have videos, you could do those as well. You also want to do, if it's up to you, there's usually downloads. If you want to do your downloads folder, do that as well. I don't really need anything in my downloads folder, but some people like to keep their things in their downloads folder, so you can copy that as well over to your flash drive or your external device. So this is copying. I'm gonna cancel this, but keep yours going because I just want this part to go a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna cancel this. As you can see, the folders are here, and then you have your content there inside these folders. Now make sure you review and make sure everything is there. The best way to check to see if everything transferred over is to click on each folder, right click on it and go to properties, and then look at the size. So you see how this is 14.5, sorry, 14.5, and then you right click where the actual folder was, click on properties, and it's 14.5, so it matched. So you want to do that to every, like if you copied all 6 folders over, you want to do that to every folder and make sure all your content is over. Another thing to do to back up is if you use QuickBooks and stuff like that, you want to make sure wherever you have it located, you want to back that up to your backup as well. A lot of things save onto the root, like right here on the C drive. Sometimes, like let's say if I needed this to back up, you could do the same method, drag it over, or you can right click, copy it, and then paste it over onto the external device. If you're using QuickBooks, usually QuickBooks is in your documents, or it could be in your public folder. So like I'll just give you an example real quick. It could be in like if you go here, all users, it could be in your shared document, and then like you see how this says Intuit QuickBooks company files, it'll be in here. So this QuickBook file is right here. So what I'll do is I'll copy it and then I'll paste it onto the external device. Anything else like Quicken, if you have any other third-party applications, you want to make sure you know where those root is before we do this, because this is your last chance. If you don't copy these things over, you're not going to be able to get them back because we're going to reformat these drives. So it's very important that you copy those folders that you need. Once that's done, you can close off everything. Make sure, remember, make sure you verify that each folder is the same size as the one where it initially came from. So after that's done, let's get your disk. I'm going to get the Dell, like I said before, the Windows 7 Professional. And I'm going to pop it in the DVD drive. which is over here on the side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to restart. So the tricky part is that everyone's computer is different. Like Dell, I think it's like F10 to get. You want to get the boot menu that lets you boot to whatever device you want. So let's see which one this. I think it's F10 or F12. Usually it's about like F10 or F12 you have to press, or escape to get the boot options. It kind of flashes in front of you. So it's F12 to get the boot options. See, once I hit F12, it gives me the list of options what I want to boot from. So what we want to do is once you get to this point, you want to boot to your CD-ROM drive. So hit enter, and it's going to say any key. Hit any key. I hit spacebar, and then you're going to get this little loaded screen. I'm going to fast forward the video until we actually get to the setup screen. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so the unit booted up. Basically, before we go forward, I want to tell everybody, if you don't have these OEM discs, you can call your manufacturer and have them actually send it to you, or you can download them and burn them. In your actual operating system, you can actually burn them in the operating system too if you still have that feature on it. Not all computers can do it, but you can still do it from the recovery disk that way as well. So let's keep going forward. So you want to click on English. Well, unless you speak any other languages, you can pick whatever language you want, but we're gonna do English. Hit next, install. Alright, so let's hit accept. So what we want to do, we don't want to click upgrade, we want to hit custom. Alright, now you'll see it have two different partitions here. So you want to delete this partition for the OEM serve. Other ones will say recovery. If it says recovery, keep the recovery one, because you can use that to actually wipe the computer in the future. But we're going to do it from the disk, so you can delete if it's not recovery. So I'm going to delete this one too, and it's going to combine to make one. If you want to do partitions, you could do partitions here as well. But we're just, in this video, we're just going to keep them all together. And then all you have to do is just hit next. One thing that you should make sure too is if you're using an external drive, make sure you unplug it before you do this, because you can probably accidentally delete your external data and then your backup is gone. So don't do that. And then after that's done, just hit next. And then it's going to start installing Windows. So I'm going to pause it again. And once it's done, we can go through a few steps and we can transfer the data back, okay? Hey guys, so we're back. You should get this screen. Your computer should have restarted probably like one or twice just to install certain drivers from the disk. So what we can do is we could take out your disk that you put in there, the OEM disk. Alright, now you type your username. This is a username that you're going to see when you boot up your computer and everything. I'm just going to put owner. You can put your name or whatever you want. You can change the computer name too if you like it to be something unique. So just hit next. Here you can type a password if you want. This password's your login password, so every time you boot up your computer, it'll prompt you for a password. Okay, usually for this, I usually say ask me later for updates. I'm Eastern, depending on where you are, you can be a different time zone. Alright, so as you can see, my wireless is here, so I'm going to put my wireless password in. Actually, we'll wait actually for that. So if you did unplug your external or your flash drive, just get it handy because we're going to need to plug that back in so we can transfer your files. I like to transfer the files before I do anything else, like install applications or do updates or anything. So we just want to make sure you have your external and your or your flash drive available so we can just transfer that back before we do anything else. Once you see this prepping your desktop, this is because it's the first time Windows is actually booting up, so it has to actually create a desktop for you, like just your basic icons and stuff in that nature. This usually takes about maybe, it could be about a minute long, depending on the speed of the computer. So it shouldn't take too long. So here's my desktop. My flash drive was already plugged into the side here, but I'm gonna unplug it anyway. So let's say we're gonna transfer our stuff back. So let's plug in the flash drive. All right. So you're gonna get this window for externals and stuff. So just do continue without scanning. And then you'll get this window. So what you want to do is you want to click here, open folder to view files. All right, so this is my flash drive again. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the folder that we created. I created backup 2015. I click on there. As you can see, my icons are there. So what I like to do is, like, you remember how we had two windows before when we were transferring the stuff to the external device? We don't really need to now because you see they have the quick links on the side over here, so we don't really need to do it that way. So what I do is I open up, I copy everything in here. So let me tell you a quick way to copy things over. If you hit Control on your keyboard and A, it highlights everything in there. So again, that's Control A and it highlights all your stuff in there. Or what you can do is you can drag, like if you hold down the left click, if you're using a mouse on your desktop, just hold down the left click button, or you can hold down the left click on the touchpad and then scroll up and then it'll highlight all the items in there. The quickest way I think is Control A. Control A highlights everything. And then what you do is, since this is the desktop, I'm in the desktop folder. Let me just show you again. So I'm in the desktop folder, hit Control A, highlight all of it, and then all you gotta do is drag and drop. So drag until it says copy to desktop. Make sure it says copy to desktop and then let go. And then as you can see, it puts everything on the desktop. It copies over. Since they're small files, it went pretty quickly. But if you guys have tons of things on your desktop, it might take a little bit. You'll get a progress bar. So then you go back. Favorites, you will save that for last. But let's do my documents. So we'll go in my documents. So this is XP. So just remember, that's why these folders are like that. But yours is probably going to be out here, like your pictures, music and all this other stuff. So like, let's say if I have pictures like this one picture, I'm gonna do Control A and then drag it into the picture folder. All right, so this is my stuff in my document, so I'm gonna highlight either by dragging up or do Control A and just copying over to your documents. Now Windows is going to recognize that I have my pictures, my music, and my video, so it's going to prompt me, do you want to put the items into locations that you need? Like, you see this prompt, so it'll do it automatically for you. So just hit this checkbox. This is if you're using XP. If you're using Windows 7, they're already broken down into separate folders, so you don't have to. So just hit OK, and it's going to copy all the necessary. So it's going to say copy and replace. Just hit right here, do this to all, and then hit copy and replace. So it does that all for you, and all your stuff should be transferred over. So if I go in my documents, it's there. Music should be there, pictures, videos, everything in that nature. The only thing we have to do now is like, oh, also if you did copy your QuickBooks over, since I forgot to tell you, I did do my QuickBooks. Um, I copied mine directly onto the actual root of the external device. So what you want to do is, I usually just keep mine in my documents. It's up to you if you want to put them somewhere else, but I like to keep just QuickBooks in the documents, so I just copy it over to the documents there. Favorites is a little tricky. So what I like to do for favorites, I just copy. So I hold down, remember, Control A, right click on it, go to copy, and then click on your C drive right here, users. See, the user I created was owner, so hit there, and then you'll see the favorites here. So click on the favorites, right click, and then paste. Now it's going to say blah blah blah, we already have existing ones, just check that and hit yes. And then check this again, replace, and then your favorites will all populate right here. And that's it for transferring your stuff over. So one thing, after you transfer all your stuff, the thing that is very important is your drivers. So let's go here to the start menu and then type in device. You want to go to your device manager, which is right here, device manager. So device manager comes up. Now, this is very important. Not all your devices are going to be updated. As in, you might see check marks. If you have a check mark there, you want to go to the website, or if you have the CD for your devices, plug in put the CD into the CD-ROM drive and then install your drivers. If not, you're going to go to the website. So I'm going to go to the website just in case you guys don't have the CD. Like, let's say if I was missing, usually if you do it off the OEM, it doesn't give you this. So it'll say standard, and you'll see check marks here. If anything that has check marks, you're going to need drivers for. So like your video, let's say if your video wasn't working, let's say if your internet's not working, you're going to have to use another computer and transfer those files onto like a flash drive or something, and then install them on your actual computer. That's a little bit more complicated, but if you need help, just send a comment. I can help you with that as well. So let me just add this computer to my network. So yeah, this really doesn't matter. I mean, this is more with sharing, if you're going to share within your home. I usually just do home if you're in your home, or if you're at work, you can do work. So we can close that out. And now we're going to go on the internet. So remember, this is if you're missing drivers. So you got to check your device manager to see if anything has a question mark. If it has a question mark, that means you're missing it and you have to get the drivers for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Google, my favorite site. Yeah, and then since I have a Dell, I'm going to type Dell drivers. In there, you go to drivers and downloads. And then you're gonna get, it's gonna ask if we want to put the asset tag. This is for Dell, but I like to just search by product. You can put the asset tag in, but since I don't feel like flipping over the laptop in front of everyone, so I'm just gonna put we're gonna search by the model number. So if you have your asset tag, it should be at the bottom of your computer or on the side. It'll say service tag or asset tag. You can do it that way, or you can do it this way. I'm going to click on laptops, since this is a laptop. This laptop is a Latitude. All right, and then it's a D 830. So we have to scroll down to see D 830. Since I have an older Internet Explorer, my browser's a little slow, but after I show you this, I'm gonna take you to my other favorite site where we can download some applications. All right, so in here, it'll give you a little picture of it. So remember, if you have a HP, when we do the Google, you want to do HP drivers. If you have a Lenovo driver. So same thing, and then you search by your model number. The like HP, Lenovo, IBM, like Sony. If you have a Sony computer and stuff like that, you're probably just gonna have to look up by the model number. I don't think they use like service tags or anything. So these are all the drivers that are missing. So like if your sound isn't working, you want to download the latest sound driver. So this is the sound ones that come up. If your video, like if you see how like the screen looks big and disoriented, you want to download your video drivers, which is down here, which is very important. You want to do chipset driver. Chipset is usually like anything pertaining to the motherboard. So like sometimes your USB ports, or it can be SMB bus. It could be anything. So you want to do that. Here's a very important one. So like if let's say if your internet's not working, you need to go to another laptop and go to the website and download this network driver. So you have to look through here. I'm sorry, this Internet Explorer sucks. So flaky. So you have to go through the network driver and make sure you get the wireless. If your computer has a wireless card, like most laptops do, desktops, some of them do, some of them don't. So just make sure you read the description, try to get the latest update. So yeah, see, some of them are wireless, like you want to get these wireless ones, and then you want to get your onboard, which is the Ethernet port. You want to get those as well. All right, so that's it for drivers. And then the last thing I like to do is to go to my favorite website, ninenight.com, and then download my applications. You know, I'm a Firefox guy. If you like Skype, get Skype. If you like iTunes, get iTunes. You want to get Adobe Reader, which is over here. I like Malwarebytes. Security Essentials if you want for antivirus, but if you have your own, that's okay. This also has Open Office. Like let's say if you didn't have Office right now, like Microsoft Office 2013 or any other older ones, you can install this, and this will open up documents for you. So you can install it from here, which is fine. And then you go to Get Installer, Download, and then run. And then that's it, and it'll install those applications. So that's really about it. One thing, after you do these applications, you might want to do one update. Like you're gonna have a whole bunch of updates missing, so do Windows Update. Since we hit Ask Me Later, you gotta turn it on. But I like to keep mine off just for future reference, because you don't want your computer updating every day, because Windows comes out with updates all the time. So it's going to check for updates. It's probably going to be missing like hundreds of updates. So just do the one. What I like to do, I just like to do the massive update, and then that's it. If it's up to you if you want to have it update all the time. I usually disable it. But yeah, you want to install all your updates, and that's about it. And then you should be all set. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Please subscribe. Thank you, and have a nice day.